Yo, it's ODB, our lifestyle podcast, aka OLP. Got a little treat for you guys today. Gonna do something a little bit different, mix it up. We're gonna look at a magazine that maybe you have never seen. You probably heard of it, especially if you're an enthusiast like we are, and that is Custom Trucks Magazine. Now, what's interesting is this issue was sent to me a few years back. My truck was featured in the magazine prior to the name change. It was Truck Trends prior. And it never dawned on me that this was basically with the name change, it was the first issue. And Josh Ellis actually pointed this out to me because two of the more recent issues, I had picked this one up thanks to Redbeard. He took care of me on this one. We worked to get Josh Ellis's The Look That Kills featured in it, and I'll go through this one in a future flip through. But around that time, I had picked up this issue, and this issue highlights basically 30 issues of Custom Trucks. So Custom Trucks Mag is in Japan, and looking through this one, it reinforced to me that this is actually the first issue. So they kind of, from what I understand, they refreshed the numbers. So when they changed from Truck Trends to Custom Trucks Mag, it became issue 1. So let's go through it. Now, I want to give a huge shout out to Miggity Mike the Mayor and Big John Lopez. First annual Eastbound Get Down, Daytona Beach, January 28th through the 30th. It's car, truck, and hot rod show. Who doesn't want to come to Florida in the wintertime? So be sure to go check them out on Instagram. I know it's going to be a huge show. They're putting a lot of effort into it. So big ups to them. I'm excited about it. I had been saying the week before the Super Bowl, but I'm not sure how that's going to work out now with the, I think they're going to have an extra game or something like that. So I don't think the Super Bowl is going to move, but I'll just say it's the last weekend in January. Okay. That's the shout out from Mike and his crew. So this magazine is really awesome. The binding on it is freaking fantastic. You had kicker artwork on the back. This was Max Grundy. Remember going to SEMA a few years ago. You could see his artwork everywhere. He's definitely good at what he does. But again, this is something you may have never seen. Now, I haven't done a flip through with one of these. The quality is so thick on these issues, it's going to be tough to kind of hold these first few pages over. But you'll get the idea here. Check this out. Looks like the dismantlers. I've never been there, seen photos. See their logo right there, California mini truck. Dismantlers. As soon as I saw that sign, I was like, boom. Now, what's interesting is if you look, the titles are in English, but everything else is in Japanese. Now, I want to thank my severed brothers for coming through with this issue. When my truck was featured in Custom Trucks Mag, Mike Alexander had helped secure that feature. And when they took care of me by sending me an issue, they sent me this issue because my truck was also in here when they were mentioning American show trucks, which they actually do a special on it for this issue 31. Now, these magazines are not easy to come by, especially here in the States, because they are not imported and sold, regularly, so to speak. Awesome Tacoma. But there is a guy, Redbeard. Got a chance to actually meet him face-to-face at Mini Nats. And he's the plug. He's the best guy, really. There's a couple other guys he knows. I think DJ Roberts is one. Check this out. Reminds me of my brother Jason Diener from Low Bros. What's up, Low Bros? Always supporting. He's got a clean, I think he still has the taco, right? Right, Diener? He'll chime in. That's the brother. Man, just seeing these trucks like that, I'd rock that all day by itself. Just stock, I mean. It's crazy to think when you're living in the moment and you see these trucks and they come out, you're just like, oh, there's the new truck. And then 20 years goes by and you go, man, what a classic design. I always loved that body line, how it went into the fender there. And then the body line in the bed. Now we're getting ready for Made of Steel show, which is the 14th, a Friday night. And it is the 15th, all day Saturday. It's technically a one-day show with the pre-party, hangout, festivities, live band, music. We're going to have cornhole going down. Miggity Mike the Mayor's running that. It's going to be a killer show. It's in Dover, Florida. So Ugly Betty, one of my severed brothers. We've shared this one plenty of times on the Severed Ties Instagram. Again, you talk about the body lines on that truck that I was just mentioning. Hard-pressed to get much better than that, especially an extended cab. Thing is so clean. Nice set of wheels. That body line, though. Kind of a chill Sunday afternoon here. Did a lot of work on the car yesterday on my 64 Lincoln. And did some family stuff this morning. And just really chilling, trying to get things done on the to-do list. Hashtag the district. Thing is insane, insanely clean. Cruise to the Pines 2015. Now, as I've always said, the reason why I do these flip-throughs is because people are often looking for a particular feature and things like that. This one's kind of extra special because a lot of people have not probably seen this magazine. Now, perfect timing because this is billet fan Matt Thompson's truck. Now, Matt, I remember I had mentioned this and he asked me one time, what magazine was that? And I could not remember for the life of me which issue it was. And I think I went back to him once I figured it out months later. Ironically enough, perfect time to plug, our new shirt features his truck. He calls it Bad Idea. And if you go on ourlifestylepodcast.com right now, you can actually order all of the remaining merchandise has been added. Mike and Shannon have been working on it since Mini Nats. This is our latest design from Graphic Disorder. The print is amazing. It has that Southwest theme because he is in Severed Ties, Arizona. You got the cactus, you got the tumbleweed, you got the old skull deal. But take a look at this. Cruise of the Pines, a lot of cool stuff out there. OBS's, new body styles, classics. This truck obviously ended up on a Hammered Weekend Wear shirt. Redone, reborn. Kimmery still sucks. If you're in Severed or you're in Arizona, you know what that Kimmery from Severed, shout out. He came to Mini Nats October 2020. Good dude. It's my fam, Severed. Okay, Dropped and Destroyed 12, Aaron Combs. Got a chance to meet him. He's one of the masterminds behind this show. This is when it was at the prison. We had him on the podcast before. We talked about when they did a venue change and why. You can see all the killer vehicles out here. Cliffs, Colorado, East Coast Minis, ECM. He's on a Hammered shirt as well. But Aaron Combs is a good dude. The real deal. I believe this was Pickle's truck. I believe it was. Regardless, rest in peace, Pickle. Gone but not forgotten. Anyone can chime in. I don't know that many badass Colorado crew cabs. Now, as I mentioned, Mike's show, first annual Eastbound Get Down, Daytona Beach, Florida, January 28th through the 30th. Mark your calendars. We're going to add it to the OLP calendar. If you go on our website and you're making a purchase or whatnot, on the left side, you'll click the flyout menu, and there is the digital calendar. If you tap on that and then tap where it says here, which is a hyperlink, that should, your device, your iPhone or Android device should ask if you want to subscribe. Select yes. And you'll be digitally subscribed to our iCal. Now, again, you do not have to have an iPhone. I need to do a little bit of maintenance and update a few shows like Mike's show and add it on there. Mike and John show. So we're looking at the first issue of Custom Trucks Mag, as I mentioned at the top. The cool thing is there's a good mix of stuff in here. So from a mini trucker, this may not be my thing, but I appreciate, a good write-up, a good feature. Now, of course, I can't read these write-ups. I'm sure I could use an app to translate. Truck Masters. If you're in the scene, you know about this show. Of course, it's not here in the States, but you've no doubt heard about it. My understanding is, COVID has played a major role in challenges, even over there. I haven't seen really any shows, but hopefully all of our severed brothers and all of the clubs and enthusiasts and listeners all on the other side of the world, hopefully they're safe, and hopefully we'll get back to normal here. Many of us kind of feel like it has been back to normal to a certain extent. Now, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. We need to get our subscriber growth here on YouTube on the rise. We certainly appreciate if you share this. If you've got some group text with the homies and clubs and chapters and chicas, senoritas, send them a link. Say, hey, hook up the homies. Subscribe to the channel. It's all free. We need to get over 1,000 ASAP. Here's a T100. Always love these trucks. Don't think there's enough of them out there in the scene. Of course, in Japan, they're hard to paint. I mean, you could just see, man, even the layouts, really cleanly done. Lots of photos, lots of stuff I can't read. It's always amazed me when a lot of folks, if I'm watching interviews from people overseas and they speak really good, for the most part, really good English. And I think some people tend to forget that a lot of times these guys overseas, English is their second language. So, I look at it and say, wow, that's pretty freaking awesome, because I can't even barely speak English. And you got a lot of people overseas, man, that are like, okay, I want to get involved in the culture or do TV or whatever they're doing, and then they learn another language. I'm like, man, if somebody said, hey, I'll give you $1 million to learn another language, I don't know if I could do it. Took Spanish in school, but can't really speak a lick of it. So mad respect to those that can speak 2 languages. See, man, I just love this style. Basic, in many ways. I mean, super old school here. So this one's titled Lowrider on this page. The other page we just looked at was old school. And it's kind of breaking down the different, I guess, genres of customs. And that's one thing I do my best not to hate on other forms of trucks because, I'm sure there's people like, why would you lower a truck? There's people like that. So I just go, hey, like what you like, you know what I mean? Don't diss others. Here's famous truck. You guys know this one. I saw it at Nopi last look. Rest in peace, Jen Lacey. Just celebrated her heavenly born day. She's no longer with us. This is when Jimmy drove this truck. You'll see my truck right next to it, all the way to Showfest, May of 2012, 9 years ago this month. There's my truck. You can see the stand there had not been wrapped yet. That was a thing that got done afterwards. I think this was one of my Severed Brothers trucks. Wonkies. This thing has been since sold a couple of times. I think it just went across the block recently. Severed. I think this thing has been sold. Every time I post photos of it, thing gets crazy amount of views and likes and comments and discussions. Why would you bag a semi truck? It's worthless now. And you want to just go, hey, it's not your money. Let people do what they want to do. Why do you care? I was listening to Eminem's album yesterday, Music to be Murdered By. I forget if it was A-side or B-side. Both equally awesome to me. And, there's that part in there where he's like talking about, he's like, why would you waste your time to comment on stuff you don't even like? People hate just to hate. That's why ESPN posts so much stuff with LeBron. People are like, stop posting LeBron stuff. They've already got you at that point. You've engaged. These big organizations, they want engagement. They want views. The more views they get, the better it is for them. So the best thing you can do, if you don't like someone or you don't like a product, unfollow. You'll never see it again. If it comes up in your feed, don't comment. Keep on trucking. Literally, keep on trucking. All right, truck porn. I call it truck smut. So, if you like this, again, share it. I will go through. I do not have every issue of these magazines. I think I'm going to start buying them going forward. I probably have 5 to 10 total issues. I got 3 sitting here, so, it's probably closer to 10 issues that I have. Truckin' lifestyle. We know about our lifestyle. I've got some really good ones, some that just I wanted to collect. I've got one with my truck in it, a couple issues of that. This one, of course, had it in the show coverage, breaking down the different genres of trucks, but my truck was featured in it. Here's a nice Yoda. Crazy the amount of detail and the work and, kind of some of the differences that you'll see with the trucks overseas. Obviously a lot of right-hand drive trucks, as you'd imagine. Just kick-ass stuff. Now, don't forget to go to Our Lifestyle Podcast, just like the little coin says. You could purchase this shirt and other products. There's a lot of stuff. Mike and Shannon are updating it daily, getting the inventory right so that we don't oversell a product that we may not have after we leave a show. OurLifestylePodcast.com. You can subscribe to our digital calendar. Email us, ourlifestylepodcast@gmail.com. If you have a guest that you'd like to hear in the future, we do have a running list. We have a very cool show coming for you this week. It's a little bit different. I know there's a lot of VW fans out there. We've heard that time and time again. Love that logo. And there was big news recently that VW Trends magazine is coming back. And we have 2 guys on the episode next week that will tell you all about it. They both worked at Auto Sound and Security. Actually, Dan started Auto Sound and Security magazine. And Paul Morton, who we've had on the podcast before. Good dude, old school, mini trucker. Loves some old school BMX. And who doesn't love hearing in 2021 that a magazine is not going away, but coming back? And that's what they're going to talk about, VW trends. They've got the current issue on pre-sale right now. I think the little package deal just ended. We didn't get a chance to have the episode completed by then. That Yoda dough. But rest assured, we'll get the episode out here this week. And it's pretty interesting to hear how they resurrected the magazine. It's been gone for 15 years or so, almost 16. Started in the late 70s. We'll talk a little bit about the history of it. And I'll be sharing some throwback covers. This is My Severed Brother, I believe, and that's the one that went on to grace the cover, I think. I have that issue. I think that's it. Check that out. Nice little ad. These are ads I like to see because, I mean, they're cool ads. I mean, look at that. It's parked in a garage type setting. Surfboard in there. Good stuff. Client list. The other side of the world, folks. We're looking at Custom Trucks Mag, issue number 1. And again, with this awesome binding that they have, you get towards the end or the beginning of the issue, and it wants to kind of flap over here. So highlighting different products, Moon Eyes, different events. West Coast influence, big supporter of us, of our lifestyle podcast. Check out their DVD, minitruckfilm.com. Love this truck. I see video all the time of it. The guy's on Instagram. Forget if it's Relaxed Japan. I'm sure you guys have seen that. Pro Shop Guide. Again, the titles are in English. I think Brian from Grinder TV, shout out to the homie. I think he shot this. Ponies, C10, I believe it is. Going from memory. So, a little bit longer flip through. Check us out on the website, Our Lifestyle. Just right there, ourlifestylepodcast.com. Order some merch. Drop a nice comment below. Give us a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. We'll go over more of this, what I call truck smut. And everybody stay on the rise. Check us out via your favorite podcast app. Or if you're like, yo, I don't listen to podcasts. It doesn't matter. Go to Pandora, Spotify, Podbean, Apple Podcasts. You name it. iHeartRadio, we're on it for the most part. Search OLP. Sometimes you got to search Our Lifestyle Podcast. You'll see the famous graphic disorder artwork. Check us out. Subscribe, follow, whatever you do. Appreciate you guys. It's all free. ODB, we out here. Peace.